In this video, you will learn about solving systems of linear inequalities. First, let's review the steps to graph a set of linear inequalities. First, you need to solve to get y by itself and graph the boundary line and shade the appropriate regions. Now, if it's a greater than or equal to or less than or equal to, you're going to shade a solid line. And if it's greater than or less than, it would be a dashed line. And if you have a greater than or equal to or greater than symbol, you're going to shade above. And if you have a less than or equal to symbol, you would shade below. The solution set is the part of the graph that is the overlapping area. And every point in the shaded area has to satisfy both inequalities. And we say in this case that a system of linear inequalities has a solution set, rather than just having one point that is the solution. Now in our next example, we have to solve the system of linear inequalities. However, if we look at our first equation, y is not by itself. So if I wanted to solve the linear system of inequalities by graphing, I have to solve to get y by itself. So first I could subtract x from both sides. So you get negative 2y is less than negative x plus 6. And then I would divide both sides by negative 2. Now the key thing is that you flip the inequality when you divide by a negative number. So in this case, our y will become just y. The inequality sign is going to flip directions. The negative 1 in front of the x, which is negative 1 over 2, will simplify to positive 1 over 2x. And 6 divided by negative 2 would become minus 3. And since the other equation solved for y, I don't have to do it for the other problem. Now that y is by itself, I can graph. So my slope is 1/2, and your y-intercept is negative 3. So I can plot my point at negative 3, go up 1 and over 2. Now since the inequality symbol in the one that we're graphing is greater than, is going to be a dotted line or a dashed line. So I can draw in my dashed line. And since it's greater than, I can shade above. So I can shade the entire area above the line. For the other inequality, we know that the slope is negative 3 over 2, and the y-intercept is 5. So I can put our point at 5, go down 3 and over 2. Since it's less than or equal to, it's a solid line. So you can draw on your solid line. And since it is less than, you're going to shade below. And again, the intersection of the red and the green is the solution. So the solution in this case is this entire area that I'm highlighting in yellow.